Hello everyone, and welcome to my inaugural video of Project Dickens. I mentioned in my February wrap-up that I had planned on reading all of Charles Dickens' books, and this first happened 9 years ago. I was thinking about it the other day and I cannot believe that was 9 years ago. And that was when I read Oliver Twist. And after I read it, and I was so blown away, and classics are rewarding in a way that modern books just can't be, in my opinion, and I never had such a rewarding read in my life. And I thought, okay, I love Charles Dickens and I want to read all of his books. That is one of my goals. So far I have read Oliver Twist, A Tale of Two Cities, Great Expectations, and A Christmas Carol, and now the Pickwick Papers. So Great Expectations is definitely my favorite, followed by Oliver Twist, and then A Christmas Carol. A Tale of Two Cities I did not like hardly at all. Honestly, I was pretty bored, so that was kind of a miss for me. But the Pickwick Papers fall somewhere in the middle, and the Pickwick Papers, I'd say, is the least plot-driven and out of these. So, in case you don't know what the Pickwick Papers is about, it's just about these group of men who form a society called the Pickwick Society, and they are just traveling all over the country, having adventures, having hilarious things happen to them, such as accidentally going into the wrong hotel room and it being a ladies' room, and catching a woman when she faints and then being accused of proposing to her and jilting her after that, and trying to get someone to let you into a house, but people assuming that you're trying to break in, and lots of chaos ensuing. So lots of zany things happening in this. This was his first completed novel, and I definitely did enjoy it. There were some laugh out loud moments, and one of my favorite Dickens side characters that I've met so far is Samuel Weller. He has lots of funny turns of phrases that he uses and inserts in very serious moments in the books, and so I definitely did enjoy this. It was just not quite as plot driven as I'm used to. But also what I want to talk about with this book is the fact that I started this in June of last year and I'm only just now finishing it. And I'm very okay with that. So I think on BookTube we have lots of goals for how much we want to read. And that's a great thing, because too many people make excuses. Too many of my friends, I don't have time to read. And to those people I say, oh, so you haven't watched any movies this year. You have time, say, I don't want to read, that's fine, but I think you have time for what you want to make time for. But all those goals are good as a part of BookTube, and I think that's good, but I do also think there's some merit, if you want to read a classic, to have a really slow-moving read through it, and to really take your time with it and to kind of soak it in. Because this is a book that I tried doing the audiobook of, and I couldn't pay attention to it, and so audiobooks a lot of times help me kind of plow through a classic. But Charles Dickens' books, were written over a long period of time. Like, they were released in a long period of time, and so people were reading them over a long period of time. And so I don't think his books are necessarily something I want to zoom through. I think 2 months is the shortest I would want to take with one of his books, also because I like to have non-classics that I'm reading at a certain time. And so I'm happy with the pace that I took with this. It is actually maybe a little bit slower than I would normally take with the Dickens, but like I said, because it's not quite as plot driven, that then I ended up, needing to take some breaks from it. So I think in order to finish these books, I need to not burn out and try to go through at a faster rate than I'm comfortable doing. And so I was thinking about all that, and how, maybe reading a classic slowly is a good thing. And then Katie over at Books and Things is doing a Victorian style read-along of a Dickens. So I'm just, sign me up for that. And it was just such great timing, because I had just been thinking about how, I think people sometimes try to zoom through classics and then they burn out and then they can't read them, and then they just don't want to read classics after that. So I think really taking your time, getting to know a book can be beneficial. So I am really excited to do this Victorian style read along. It's going to be 18 months, and I think that's great, and it looks like it's going to be our mutual friend. So I will definitely be joining in that read along. But then on my own, but it looks like I might be able to get Amanda Center to read it with me, I'm going to be doing Little Dorrit. I'll just be, like I said, you know, taking my time with this. I'm not gonna really try to rush through this just because I love Dickens, and so I just want to slowly soak it in. I might try to finish it by June. And I'm just really looking forward to reading more of him. I've seen the mini-series of this and I absolutely adored it. And I can't wait to talk to you guys about this one and where it ends up in my lineup. So as of now, Great Expectations remains my favorite Charles Dickens, so it would be really cool to be able to read one that ends up being more of a favorite. So I hope that you guys have enjoyed this, and let me know if you have read the Pickwick Papers or what Charles Dickens you have read, and if you guys plan on reading all of his works. It's going to be a very long-term project. I'm taking my time with it. So I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you for another video soon. Bye-bye.